The council enacts a building and rezoning moratorium near Westside Park. A new clinic opens its doors on the Beltline. And Council President Moore co-hosts a special reception to commemorate Black History Month. This and more coming up on City Talk. Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of City Talk. I'm Phyllis Jackson. The Atlanta City Council approves legislation establishing a building and rezoning moratorium near Westside Park. District 9 Council member Dustin Hillis authored the legislation.
As I mentioned, there's been a lot of displacement, a lot of gentrification. It's perceived that this park is going to multiply that. It hasn't multiplied that in the past few years. There's going to be transportation issues.
Council member Hillis says the park is a great community resource, but wants to make sure no one is left behind in the process. The legislation does provide some exceptions, including those for applications from owner-occupied primary residences, emergency situations, projects with certain affordability thresholds, and applications already received by the Department of City Planning. The goal is to assess how development trends are impacting neighborhoods near the site, which, once completed, will be Atlanta's largest green space. Atlanta City Council member Andrea Boone partners with State Senator Nikema Williams for a night focused on the voting process. Seniors from the Adamsville community gather for an evening focused on the voting process.
You need to make your selections, no right or wrong answer. Press next after each question.
Atlanta City Council member Andrea Boone joined with Georgia State Senator Nikema Williams to give residents an opportunity to test drive the new voting machines this election year.
We want to make sure that everyone is familiar with it, they're not intimidated by these new voting machines, and they're so happy to be able to scan and look at how they have voted.
Okay, this is the solution that they came up with as far as helping you to feel safe and secure about your own vote.
Kelvin Jones, Fulton County's voter education and lead training officer, provides some initial instruction. Senator Williams says these types of demonstrations are critically important, as it's been nearly 20 years since new machines have been introduced to the citizens of Georgia.
Nobody still has the same cell phone or computer from 20 years ago, and so when we get new technology, it's important that we try it out, we learn how it works, and I know a lot of our legacy constituents in my district need a little extra time to get to know how to use the new voting machines.
That extra time made quite a difference for Betty Reed, who took the new machine for a spin. She says having this sneak peek allowed her to gain more confidence when she goes in to cast her vote.
And you'll get a chance to review, and you can change your mind up to 3 times if you realize you made an error. So I think that's a wonderful, that's some information that we all need.
Seniors were also treated to a viewing of Suppressed, The Fight to Vote, a documentary examining widespread voter suppression in the state of Georgia.
I think that a lot of times in some of our government agencies, a lot of the employees are overburdened. There's so much paperwork. They have to be diligent, and we have their children here to make sure that they're still registered, they haven't been purged from any voter rolls, and that all of our citizens have the right to vote in the city of Atlanta.
In Atlanta, Phyllis Jackson for ATL 26. Firefighters in Buckhead are happy for the recent renovations to one of their stations. Fire Station 26 now boasts a kitchen with new equipment, renovated sleeping quarters, and a place for firefighters to relax. The station was opened in 1954, but this is its first renovation in over 65 years. Atlanta's fire chief was quick to remind the audience that the station has multiple uses for the community.
It serves as a BP monitoring station, so anytime you want to get your blood pressure checked, just please stop by. Let the firefighters check your blood pressure. And it's also a community gathering spot, so anytime you just need a place to come and congregate, please feel free to come here.
The renovations were paid for with Renew Atlanta T-SPLOST dollars and were finished on time and under budget. Atlanta City Council member J.P. Matzakite, who serves the area, says his next goal is to renovate Station 27.
Public safety, I think, is all of our first priority, and it's really something that, I say we have to take care of the people that take care of us. And that's true of our firefighters here.
In addition to the renovations, Fire Station 26 also has a new fire engine and fire truck. Atlanta residents gathered to learn more details about the DeKalb Avenue Complete Street project. Atlanta City Council member Amir Faroqi says it's the continuation of a conversation that's been ongoing for many years.
People are eager to see a safer street, more bike access, as well as slower car traffic. So we're seeing plans tonight, people are giving feedback, and hopefully we'll be breaking ground on some improvements very soon.
Josh Rowan is commissioner of Atlanta's Department of Transportation. He says the feedback to the updated plans so far has been positive.
Some of the things that weren't included in the previous scope, we've added sidewalk repair. We're repairing a lot of damage done by the utility companies. And on a limited stretch of the road, we're actually adding a cycle track so that cyclists have facilities to get safely across Moreland Avenue.
Commissioner Rowan says this has been a collaborative effort that everyone can be proud of. There's a tentative start date scheduled for May of this year. Atlanta City Council member Nadalyn Archibong joins with State Representative Bee Nguyen for a town hall meeting. Citizens had the opportunity to learn about emergency response times, especially medical emergencies in the portion of Atlanta that's in DeKalb County. Atlanta Police Chief Erica Shields and Fire Chief Randall Slaughter were on hand to address the crowd.
Both chiefs were very transparent. They admitted to some challenges that they're still working out. Some of them are on the state side, particularly in who responds with ambulance service.
Councilmember Archibong says the chiefs are studying the issue and plan to provide a recommendation soon to let neighbors know the path going forward. Just ahead on City Talk, Council President Felicia Moore co-hosts a Black History Month reception. But first, we'll tell you about a new clinic with easy access to the Atlanta Beltline. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Officer Hobson with the Atlanta Police Department, here to help you understand the City of Atlanta's new scooter ordinance to help promote your safety. First, scooters are not for sidewalks and should be in the street, either in a bike lane or vehicle lane. Also, scooter riders must follow traffic laws. Ride with the flow of traffic, not against. Follow all traffic signs and laws. Stop at every stop sign and red light. Pedestrians have the right-of-way. Riders must yield to pedestrians in all cases. Here are some other laws for riding scooters here in the City of Atlanta. Ride one person per scooter. Do not use a cell phone while riding. Pay close attention to where you are riding. Don't be a careless rider. You are encouraged to wear a helmet. Now, there are some regulations for you to park your scooter here in the City of Atlanta. Do not park on narrow sidewalks. Find a stable parking area. Do not block crosswalks, doorways, driveways, bike lanes, vehicle travel lanes, vehicle parking spaces, and loading zones. Do not park at relay bike share stations or on vegetation and landscaping. Never leave the scooter in the path of pedestrians, bicycles, or vehicles. So you may ask, what to do with my scooter when I'm finished? Well, let me explain. Park the scooter at a bike rack, but not a relay bike share station. Park along the curve and leave at least 5 feet clear for walking on the sidewalk. Park the scooter upright. We want to keep everyone safe and happy when it comes to scooters. Remember, move to the street if you're not using your feet.
Got a traffic ticket? Well, you are in luck. The Pretrial Intervention Program for Traffic, also known as PTIT, is here to help. What is PTIT, you ask? It's a diversionary program where we help to dismiss your case with no points and no conviction. What does PTIT program entail? There's a participation fee as well as a commitment to be a safer driver in the state of Georgia. In some cases, the program may require a course. We have many options available. How can you participate? Well, you have 3 options. Check us out online at ptit.atlantagA.gov. You can visit us during our working hours from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Or you may also request PTID on your scheduled court date. Any questions? Call us at 404-658-6163. Need a specialist? Email us at ptit@atlantagA.gov. Thank you for your interest, and we hope to hear from you soon.
ATL 26, One Atlanta. Channel 26 delivers news and information about the city of Atlanta directly to you. The city and its leaders stand with you on issues that matter most: safety, affordable housing, education, and more. Channel 26 is in step with the pulse of the city, covering Atlanta from corner to corner. We're keeping you connected to the office of the mayor, Atlanta City Council, and the communities they serve. ATL 26, One Atlanta.
It has become the largest conference of its kind in the South Metro, and its goal is to address everything from infrastructure to economic development. South Metro Development Outlook held its 18th annual gathering. Atlanta City Council members Marcy Collier Overstreet and Andre Dickens took part in a panel to discuss transportation issues covering Clayton, Coweta, Douglas, Fayette, Henry, and South Fulton counties, as well as the city of Atlanta.
We were given all kinds of analytical data to show all the good work that we've done in the transportation realm over this last year, and talked about what's coming up.
Councilmember Overstreet served as moderator for a panel which featured John Selden, General Manager of Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, Jeffrey Parker, CEO of MARTA, and Councilmember Andre Dickens, who chairs the Transportation Committee. There's a new integrated primary care clinic on the Atlanta Beltline. That's pretty convenient. Atlanta City Council member Michael Bond was on hand for the grand opening.
We're right around the corner from the Crowd Tunnel, and this is just an area that is just bursting with new development. And so now Wellstar has become a part of that.
The 5,700 square foot facility has 6 patient rooms and a procedure room. Among the many services offered, there's also 3D mammograms, ultrasound, x-rays, CT scans, and a lab for blood work. The Atlanta City Council presents a proclamation to a woman who made history in the field of law enforcement. Melody Maddox is the first female sheriff of DeKalb County. She previously served as the county's deputy sheriff and managed both law enforcement operations and the DeKalb County Jail.
And I stand before you, giving my honor and my vow that I will continue to serve each and every last one of you, regardless of what community, city, or county, state that you live in, to serve as your leader with integrity.
Sheriff Maddox was officially sworn in back in December of 2019. Still to come on City Talk, spring gets an early start at Oakland Cemetery with Daffodil Day. And when we get back from the break, we'll take you to a Black History Month reception co-hosted by the City Council President.
Hello, I'm Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. As part of our administration's ongoing commitment to addressing housing affordability challenges in Atlanta, the City of Atlanta has partnered with HomeSafe Georgia to help keep families in their homes. If you are behind on your mortgage or if you owe more on your home than it's worth, you could be eligible for up to $50,000 in mortgage assistance, but you must apply before March 31st. HomeSafe Georgia is a federally funded program that provides up to $50,000 for eligible homeowners who are struggling with their mortgage payments or whose home values are underwater. Apply before March 31st, 2020 by calling 1-877-519-4443 or visit homesafegeorgia.com. That's 1-877-519-4443 or visit homesafegeorgia.com.
Help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases like COVID-19. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue, then throw the tissue in the trash. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. Stay home when you are sick, except to get medical care. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19.
Atlanta City Council President Felicia Moore and Senator Lester Jackson co-host the 2020 Lieutenant Governor's African American History Month reception. The event is presented by Georgia Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan and Senate President pro tempore Butch Miller. Council President Moore takes us along in my own words.
The Lieutenant Governor has been on an annual basis doing something to recognize African American History Month. This year he asked if he could come and have it here at City Hall, and I was more than happy to be a host of the event. In these days and times when you get both black and white, and you have Asian, Hispanic, I've seen the whole rainbow downstairs. And you bring them together on something that we can all agree on, something that we can all celebrate. I think it's wonderful, and particularly when you're talking partisan politics. We have Democrats, Republicans, Independents, and no-pendants. Everybody is here, and they're networking and getting to know each other, and I'm really happy the City Hall is the venue. So we're making history today in that way. It's important to me because some people that I've met, particularly those from the state, have never walked in City Hall. And so any and every time we have an opportunity to invite them and bring them in our space, because we'll certainly march over there, I think it's good. And it's good for relationships. As you know, we always have issues with the state, things that we're fighting, things that we're for, or that we want, and we've got to build those relationships, and I think this is an excellent way to do it.
Stay with us, much more to come. We'll be right back.
Did you ever believe that food and drinks could be this amazing at an airport? Well, then you haven't tasted what's happening at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport.
Now there are a ton of restaurants and you really don't have to leave the airport.
Change the trend of the way people dine in the airport.
And you guys kind of were the trendsetters for Atlanta. No matter the concourse or gate, Hartsfield-Jackson has all the Southern fare that you crave.
Hi, some of you may know me from the neighborhood, and for those of you who don't, I'm Crystal Andrews. As an avid cyclist and your neighbor, I would like to ask you to be considerate when it comes to designated light individual transport lanes or lit lanes. Take a moment to either mentally or physically ride a mile in my lane. Even if you block the lane for a moment, it not only affects my safety, but also your commute, as bikes, scooters, and even skateboards are forced into vehicle lanes. Think about who you affect when you choose to block the lit lanes. It could be me, a neighbor, or a neighbor's child. Please help keep neighbors safe and keep your vehicles out of the lit lanes. Fines have increased for this violation, so I've asked my friend Officer White to explain.
Recently, fines for parking your vehicle in a lit lane have increased to $100 for vehicles and $1,000 for large trucks. Officers in ATL Plus will be enforcing the new fine, so instead of getting a ticket, be a good neighbor and don't block the lit lane. If you see a lit lane blocked, call 911 and patrol officers will be notified. Let's work together to make sure everyone has a safe commute.
Your neighbors are depending on you.
ATL 26, One Atlanta. Channel 26 delivers news and information about the city of Atlanta directly to you. The city and its leaders stand with you on issues that matter most: safety, affordable housing, education, and more. Channel 26 is in step with the pulse of the city, covering Atlanta from corner to corner. We're keeping you connected to the office of the mayor, Atlanta City Council, and the communities they serve. ATL 26, One Atlanta.
Oakland Cemetery began its event season with Daffodil Day recently. The annual event showcases the thousands of yellow and white flowers that grow in the city-owned park. Even though a stiff breeze sent a chill through the air, visitors still took the opportunity to get a little taste of spring. Flowers are more than just a decoration. However, many of them are living reminders of Atlanta's history.
Most of the ones that you've been seeing have been rescued by our volunteers from home sites that were being bulldozed for construction or whatever, of course always with the family's permission. And these are plants that probably date back to the 1800s.
Seeing all the different kinds of daffodils, or varieties, however I want to say it, you think of daffodils in yellow, and then there's yellow and orange, and there's pinks and peaches and different arrangements of them. They're gorgeous.
Oakland Cemetery is looking forward to its big spring event, Illumine, which will highlight the recently restored African American section and the Women's Comfort Station. Visit oaklandcemetery.com for more information and to purchase tickets. The Atlanta Beltline has issued an open call for artists for its 11th season of Art on the Beltline. They are looking for artists of all mediums, including muralists, sculptors, and performance artists. They're also looking for candidates for their residency program, which began in 2019. To find out how you can get your art on the Beltline, visit art.beltline.org/open call. The Atlanta International Auto Show returned to the Georgia World Congress Center recently. It's a chance for gearheads to come and check out classic makes and models, from sports cars to exotics. But it also gives the car shopper a chance to see a variety of vehicles all in one place.
I like to be able to come and see the cars without the pressure of purchasing. We trade often, so.
I enjoy coming and just looking. A lot of times we meet a lot of nice people. Sales representatives are real good and very knowledgeable of what the cars that they're representing.
The show also offers attractions for the car lover and buyer. This year, they brought over Cousin Eddie's RV from the holiday movie Christmas Vacation. However, we can't confirm if the you-know-what is full this time. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.